hard to develop into an industry. Lu Chen smiled and said, of course not. What I mean is something stronger than bad beans at cleaning. In a few days, I will have someone make it, and you'll see. Mu Zixuan said, yes, I understand. At that moment, a maid's voice came from outside the door. Prince, Madame Chu is looking for you. Hearing this, Mu Zixuan immediately said to Lu Chen, Prince, you should go see her quickly. Madame Chu probably has something important to discuss. They had just arrived in Beijing, so there must be many things to do. Mu Zixuan didn't dare to cling to Lu Chen. If people found out she was bothering him as soon as they arrived, many would criticize her. Concubine, rest well. I will go out and see what's happening. Lu Chen reluctantly got up from the bed, dressed, and then left the room. When Lu Chen reached the martial arts training ground of the prince's residence, he saw Li Feng and Chu Yuqin talking. Seeing Lu Chen, Li Feng quickly said, greetings, Prince. Lu Chen looked at Chu Yuqin and asked, Madame Chu, do you need something? Chu Yuqin replied, it's not me who needs you, it's General Li. Lu Chen's gaze shifted to Li Feng. Li Feng hurriedly took out a letter from his and said, Prince, this is from the Duke of Mu. He gave it to me before we set out. He asked me to give it to you once we arrived in Beijing. Lu Chen immediately took the letter from Li Feng, opened it, and read carefully. At this moment, Li Feng and over 100 soldiers behind him were watching the letter in Lu Chen's hands very closely, especially Li Feng, who looked very nervous. He didn't know what was inside the letter. He was just worried that the Northern King might silence them. After all, they were about to return to the capital, and the Northern King might not trust them. After reading the letter, Lu Chen glanced at Li Feng and the others. Li Feng's loyalty has now risen to 87, making him a reliable person. The soldiers in the guard team also have high loyalty, mostly above 60. Lu Chen directly said, Duke, in this word, all of you are already dead. This caused a stir among everyone. Li Feng and the others couldn't help but wonder, does the king really want to silence them? No, actually, who never intended for this to return alive. The letter was given to the North King by Duke Mu. Looked nervous, Lu Chen continued. Duke Mu asked me to tell you that he has sent people to bring your families to Yen City. You have been removed from the Tiger Guard army, and from now on, you will follow me. This. Li Feng immediately understood that they had misunderstood Lu Chen's words. They thought they were already dead, meaning they had been dismissed from the Daxia Tiger Guard army. It seemed Duke Mu never wanted them to return to the capital, preferring them to follow the North King. Moment, Lu Chen showed a sly smile. Of course, if you don't want to follow me, I won't force you. Hearing this, Li Feng and over 100 soldiers immediately half-kneeled and said, we they dared to say no, now, they definitely wouldn't be able to leave Yen City. They weren't fools. Moreover, following the North King wasn't a bad thing. After learning that the North King possessed a weapon capable of killing 9th-rank experts, they believed the North King had been hiding his true strength all along. When the North King returned to the capital and ruled the world, these people would have made great contributions. Got a token from pocket and threw it to General. Take this token and take over the army in Northern County. Leave the training of the army to you. Li Feng immediately cupped his fists and said, subordinate will not disappoint the prince's expectations. I will quickly organize the Northern County army and train them to fight force. Lu Chen replied, there's no need to rush too much. Moving too quickly might cause problems. Li Feng quickly reacted and said, understood. I will be careful. Li Feng thought that the Northern King was probably trying to hide his true intentions to avoid being discovered. Chu Yuqin felt that something seemed off. For some reason, she sensed that there was a strange energy around Lu Chen. To test her guess, Chu Yuqin tiptoed and suddenly appeared behind Lu Chen. Feeling the spiritual situation behind him, Lu Chen turned around sharply and saw Chu Yuqin, their eyes meeting. They were nose, making him feel a bit restless. Uncle Chu, what are you doing? Chu Yuqin smiled, said, Chen, I didn't expect you to become a martial artist without telling me. I've never seen you practice martial arts before. What kind of skill are you practicing? Realizing she had uncovered his secret, Lu Chen smiled. Uncle Chu. That's a little man's secret. Chu Yuqin playfully scolded. Where do you have so many secrets? Lu Chen chuckled. Has many secrets, it's hard, which is normal. Chu Yuqin looked at him with a mixture of frustration and amusement, then said, forget it if you won't tell me. I'm going to set up defenses. As she spoke, Chu Yuqin headed toward the palace gate. Watching her graceful figure, full of charm and dignity, his passion for her, he quickly turned around and ran to find his 2 concubines to continue practicing. Yinqing, governor's office. After Li Rui returned, the officials of the northern province rushed to greet him. One official asked, Governor Li, did the prince say what he plans to do next? Now, the officials in the north were very concerned about what big moves the northern king might make after arriving in the region, and whether it would affect their livelihoods and interests. Li Rui smiled slightly, stroked his beard, and replied calmly, the prince told me not to bother him with minor matters. Everything in the north remains the same. Upon hearing this, the officials of Beijing immediately became very excited. If that was the case, the power and interest would not be harmed. Although they didn't say it aloud, their thoughts were basically, fortunately, the court sent a useless prince to Beijing. At this moment, a soldier from the county guard ran in hurriedly. He approached Li Rui and whispered something. After hearing the soldier's words, Li Rui frowned, and his face quickly darkened. Seeing Li Rui's unhappy expression, an official quickly asked, Sir, what happened? Just as the official spoke, Li Feng entered the county guard station. Seeing Li Rui and the officials present, Li Feng smiled and said, Lord Li, your residence is quite lively today. Li Rui snapped out of his thoughts and hurriedly responded, not at all. May I ask if General Li has something to convey to me? Li Feng directly showed the token of the Northern King and said, the prince has issued an order. From today, all military affairs in Beijing are under my control. Hearing this, the officials inside the yard immediately panicked. They dared to act recklessly and ignore the Northern King mainly because the army in Beijing was controlled by the local governor. Now that the Northern King has arrived in Beijing and is about to take over the military affairs, what does that mean? The army is a sensitive matter. When a prince controls the army, he might do something significant. Could it be that the Northern King